Hey again. I hope you're coming back after having watched a bunch of other videos on this channel, because this is a training program. This is a science to study on a daily basis. And so that's why I'm saying hello again, because I'm hoping you're coming back many, many times to soak in this good stuff. And I hope it makes you feel better and makes you feel happier, because it definitely feels really good to me to do these videos and to do this whole science and to share it all with you for absolutely free, just on a voluntary basis, because that's what this science is all about, is about volunteering and giving more without wanting anything in return. And when we do it in that way, in a really pure-hearted way, it does really work, and it does make us happier. And our happiness is the greatest wealth that we could ever wish for. It's what everybody's looking for in life, and it's what I've been finding through training myself in this science, the science of the mind. So it's something I really want to share with everybody as well. And really, any other form of wealth, any sort of material wealth or anything at all, really feels to me to pale in comparison to the happiness of just having a heart that wants to give and that is really happy to give and really into giving and caring about people and loving everyone, loving everything in life, and understanding why should we do this? Why should we prioritize giving and sharing and understanding and caring and loving each other above any form of other material or currency or money or any other form of gain or anything at all in life. The reason is because it really is so satisfying, and it truly is a wealth that once we get there and arrive in that place, it's like we don't need anything more. I've just described it before to a bunch of friends a bunch of times as being like, after you've had a full meal, you don't need any more food after that. You don't want any more food. You're stuffed full. You're so satisfied after you've had like a really amazing, incredible banquet. You got a feast and your tummy's just protruding and feeling so full. And so I just want to help you all to fill up until your emotional and mental tummies are nice and full too. So I've actually prepared a little bit for this video. Like, I've written out the acronym on this one because it's so important, because I do see the science of the mind as being a life raft. I see it as really being life, what we're here meant to do on this planet, human beings, brothers and sisters, best friends, a big family, a big team together. We're here to really live, and in order to really come to life, we need to grow this culture of what life is all about. So I've put together this training program in this science as something that you can study that will keep you afloat in life. So it's like a life raft. And so I've made this acronym and this analogy to help you stay afloat, to keep your head above water, and even better, to guide you out of the rapids of life, the streams and the rivers of life that can be so challenging and full of rapids and dangers and challenges, to steer the course over to solid ground, or like if it was a beach analogy and you were out in the ocean trying to keep your head above water and you were just treading water, it gets very tiring. I was telling one of my best friends just yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, just treading water, just continually feeling like we're treading water, trying to keep our head afloat. Sometimes that's what it's like in life, but it gets very exhausting, very tiring, always treading water. So I was saying, I've designed this to be something that you can, a raft that you can float on and find your way to solid ground, so you can plant yourself on the beach on a nice, warm, sunny day with your feet in the sand and just a nice umbrella giving you lots of sun protection and shade from too much sun and heat, with your nice mocktail, not a real cocktail, but a mocktail in your hand, because I really encourage people to give up alcohol. I gave up alcohol more than 10 years ago, and my life only has been more fun and more happy since I did. So that's a health move. That's a health and wellness move that I really encourage everybody to make in life, is to give up alcohol, or at least reduce it as much as we can. So to get you up on the beach in life, feeling like your life is a beach, and on a nice sunny day, making your inside world feel like this. So I actually prepared a little bit, and I wrote out what all the different letters were going to mean in this. So I'm going to run through what the Life Raft is. What exactly is this training program? How am I trying to get you your life on track? And what exactly is the raft that can keep you afloat through the process? So here I'm just going to check out my acronym a little bit. Got to move the screen because it's covering it a little bit. So the L in life is all about learning. So I didn't want to miss any of these. I could just really naturally and organically just run through these, but I thought, no, I actually want to be really comprehensive with this acronym, because it's so central, it's so important in this science, in studying this science and learning this science. So learning, L is for learning. The L in life, L-I-F-E, is for learning, L for learning. And what are we here to learn? What's the biggest education that I feel that we need, and that in the future I hope to open up schools for the science of the mind, like an alternative schooling program that's all about this learning, that this is the foundation of the learning, that it begins with this, is learning to listen to other people. That's something probably many people over the years have complimented me on, the fact that I'm really good at listening when they come and share time with me, and I'm their psychotherapist. It's just the two of us sitting there face to face, two best friends. It can be pretty awkward sometimes, like a bit of silence or awkwardness, but when you're just sitting there, just doing nothing else, just sitting there, and the whole point of that 1 hour of psychotherapy is just to hang out and explore, my best friend's mind, and for me to listen to them, and for them to listen to me. When I've really listened to them and learned and worked out what are some helpful things for me to give them feedback on. So I really listen to people. But it's not just listening to other people, it's about listening to ourselves, learning to listen to our bodies and our minds, our nervous systems and our brains, and taking the feedback there if we're really tired or if we're really energized, going with the flow of things rather than fighting things and trying to change the way we are naturally, trying to get us to do more when we're feeling really tired and de-energized, or trying to get us to do nothing when we're full of energy. That doesn't really work. So listening, learning to have a listening attitude in life, and loving ourselves, loving each other, loving the plants and the animals and the fish in the sea and the climate and the environment, and loving the learning process, loving this science, and learning to laugh. There's a lot of laughing that happens in the support group that I've started. There's a lot of laughing just in this culture. So those are all the L's that are really a part of this life, of really coming to life, through training in this training program and through studying this science. And for each one of these letters, I've written down one word that starts with the letter that this science is totally not about, that this science is about keeping boundaries and reducing. So for L, I've said it's not about lust. So lust, like greed, wanting more, this dissatisfaction. Recently I heard that song, I Can't Get No Satisfaction, and I felt like I had a real learning from that. I thought, wow, that's like a torture when we can't get no satisfaction. We're always looking for more, 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 more. So that's a really hungry, sort of thirsty state of mind. So it's not about lust, it's about restraining lust, it's about reducing lust, all the things that we want, and learning to be happy with what we've got. So that's the L's. I is for integrity, so learning integrity, to be a really straightforward and upfront, stand-up citizen, that we can be relied upon, that we can be dependable, that we're virtuous, that we've got morals, that we've got ethics, we're really into fairness. I was telling one of my best friends yesterday that I'm really into fairness and transparency. I'm really into equality for all living beings and the environment and everything, like equal respect, and democracy and all these good things, that are about empowering people and encouraging people. So integrity, is about being virtuous, about being good. Innocence is about being sweet. So I for integrity and I for innocence, like learning to be innocent, growing this capacity within ourselves to be just really pure-hearted and really kind, sweet, really virtuous, not having ulterior motives, not having all these things that we're trying to do, or all these cruel things or hateful things that we get into, or jealousy or any of these things. Just being innocent. And the last I word was important. Just coming to realize how important, what are the important things in life? Who is important in our world? Our families, our dearest, closest family members, learning to treat them, learning to treat ourselves with integrity, with innocence, treating them with integrity and innocence, how important all of these really virtuous things are, and sharing it with other people, even the strangers and animals and plants and fish and the climate and the environment, everything, every moment in life, every part of life, just it's so important. So those are the I's, and the word starting with I that I thought is not a part of this culture is insincerity, not being insincere, not being unvirtuous, unkind, not being disrespectful, but being sincere in what we're doing, really meaning it from the bottom of our heart, and really living a life like that. And F is for forgiveness. Forgiveness is the big one. So forgiveness is a huge part of this training. There's so much punishment that's been around in the world. There's still so much punishment, so many cultural patterns of punishment within us as individuals, within groups. There can be so much hardness and so much fighting and blame and criticisms and shaming and all of these sort of negative processes that don't really help anybody. So forgiveness is just where we let go of that stuff, and we just don't do that stuff anymore. We just let it go. And so there's a lot of friendliness in this culture, friendliness in this science of the mind, in this training. It's about building up this culture of friendliness towards ourselves and towards each other, towards the animals. There's a lot of fun to be had in this training. So F is for fun as well, and for freedom from so much control, freedom from so much fear of judgments. So, and the F word that I said that's not included is not the rude F word, but not fighting. Again, not fighting, learning not to fight. Just realizing that fighting is one of the biggest things that causes pain and troubles to us and other people in this life, and that there's nothing worth fighting for, absolutely nothing worth fighting for in this world. If we think we're going to fight for something good and get something good out of that, we're making a mistake right there. That's what I'm saying with this science, with this training, is we're going to get there through forgiveness. We're going to get there through kindness. We're not going to get there through fighting. So there's nothing worth fighting for, even good things. Only just worth forgiving, and there's that term in psychology of fight, flight, freeze, fawn, the 4 Fs, and I say just people learning not to fight is such a crucial thing to making a better world and making us better people and getting us better family lives, healthier family lives, closer family lives and friendships, is learning not to get into anger, not to get into fighting, and do anything else, anything other than that is going to be more helpful than that. So out of fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, I don't recommend fight. I recommend flight. If you can run away and get away quicker than whoever's trying to fight you, get into flight or just freeze. Just be silent. Just don't even say anything. Let it all just wash over you, and then walk away when you can. Or fawn. Fawn means just like being friendly, trying to make the person happy, trying to make them healthy again when they're trying to fight you, just to show them that you forgive them. So fawn, friendliness, all those things are much more healthy than fighting. So with the Science of the Mind, I'm really trying to dissolve away that culture of fighting. And E is for encouragement. I do heaps of encouragement of myself, of other people, and I love that. People deserve encouragement. People need encouragement. So really getting into encouragement. I've got a whole training program, about 8 hours of my voice. Most of it is uploaded on this YouTube channel. And it's just really encouraging. It's really praising, which is what everybody deserves. So much recognition. Empathy. E for empathy. Like feeling along with our brothers and sisters in this world, with our friends, other human beings, other living beings. And equality, equality of respect, again, equality of love, equality of care, that everybody deserves really high standards of love. I think I said in the book, I remember telling one of my best friends years ago that I've got a really low standard on everything because there's only one thing I've got a really high standard on, which is love. And so love is just really forgiving, and there doesn't need to be a high standard anymore because the person just became really loving. So equality of love, just loving everyone and everything really equally. And the E, the word starting with E that I said is not included in this, that doesn't really help our life, is excuses. Like there's been a lot of culture of making excuses about why did I fight? Why did I do bad stuff? Why did I, say bad stuff? Like there's been a lot of culture of just trying to make excuses about things, and I'm saying just don't do that. Don't make excuses, and I'll get to exactly what to do instead in the RAFT part of this analogy and acronym. So that's life right there, LIFE. So L for learning, listening, loving and laughing. I for integrity, innocence and important. That life is really important. F for forgiveness, friendliness, fun and freedom. And E is for encouragement, empathy and equality. So, and the life that I'm saying not to live is a life not of lust, not of insincerity, not fighting, not making excuses anymore. So really getting into a life, a really happy, healthy life, a really abundant life for ourselves and for other people. So that is life. So I'm trying to give us some life support through this training, so to support our life, make it a happy life, make it a healthy life, and really make us live life to the fullest. So to be able to do this, I think my other computer has actually gone to sleep now. So maybe that's all I'm going to get to share with you on this part of the video. I'll do a part 2 once I've reloaded my other computer and I can check out all of the RAFT acronym and analogy. So yes, I hope you can really get into life and enjoy the training and this science and study it really well. And I'll get back to you with the RAFT that will keep you afloat. And just to be comprehensive, I'm gonna wait until I got my little notes there just to make sure that I cover everything. So see you soon.